Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of WarPlan. Yes, WarPlan, and of course we're playing as Germany. We've got lots of stuff going. Hope you're riveted to your seat. Maybe this is so good you'll even tell a friend. And if your friend told you to come here, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button. Okay, we're going to retake. I think it popped up. We had Leningrad. I think it popped back up to being Soviet because of partisan activity or something like that. So get that back to being German controlled. And attack. Okay, that got them there, and let's just reoccupy the province. Okay, that is good. And we've saved my hurt soul by retaking some time ago now, of course. Stalingrad. Okay, what do I want to do with these guys? I don't know. Just supply issues. Well. Okay, let's move. Well, let's move you to. Well, let's attack here. Okay, that will free up more movement. Okay, well. Trying to be good and careful about all of this. Okay, I think we'll do this. We'll move the mountain core here. Keep pressure there. Move you to there. You to there. You to there. That's moderately good because that should get in. Well, maybe a little bit. This way. Yeah. Okay, that gets them, but now they're out and they're too far from there. Yeah, we're not doing good enough concentration for the cores. I do realize that. Strike up here. That would be move you to Stalingrad and also get an airstrike. Okay, not terribly good. So what we'll do here is I'm just maybe a little worried about supply issues. We've had enough of them out here. No, we should have moved you up too. Okay. Yeah, to there. Well, but later on we'll save the next air attack for maybe something else. These guys are still trapped in pocket. You can move to there. Oh, which one of these I want to... So again, I'm worried about supply. Taking that. Should cause difficulties for the Soviets. Now, let's move you to here. Okay, you reoccupy there. Okay, well, we'll get that back. Although we didn't even take that. Well. Well, not first. Let's do some airstrikes. We have clear weather up here. Two. Very good. Now we'll move you into occupy there. Yes, it does let them to do 3 units against that one, but I think pushing on them is useful. Okay, well, 4, 3. Let's see, what was just these two? What's 6 to 1? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, that got that pushed to there. Now here we're looking at airstrikes. I think will come from up here. So we never really got them. Well, that hurt them. No, that hurt us. Okay, not the greatest. I also want to hit. Well, I want to hit all kinds of things, but one to one. Okay, that doesn't sound like a 3 to 1. That sounds a bit better. So let's do a light airstrike there. A bit of a heavier one there. Yeah, 1. It had been at 3 to 1. Okay, well. That hurt them some considerably. Even more. Well, still do 1 to 1. Okay, not quite the results I was looking for. But it cost me a lot of action points to move away from that. Okay, got that pushed into there. Oh, well. Better condition unit there. Keep that bottled up. Okay, now down here. I think we're gonna not try to attack Tula. At least not directly. Let's put them with some air operations here. Down here. I don't know if we're gonna do too much. Just really sort of hoping all of this just smashes that. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's move up. That's good too. Well, we've got a 13. Okay, well, we don't want to push harder on them and reducing our strength for counterattacks, or dealing with counterattacks. Okay, well, you come into here. Get them fully pocketed. I'm not going to use any air here because we've got them surrounded 6 to 1. Very good. Now move you up to there. You to there. Read it too. Okay, that's again, we're not. Don't want to use up air. Get what we can 1 to 1. Not maybe great, but they're reduced down. We can take some time with pockets, I believe, but we don't want that to totally slow up our advance to wait for the pockets just to starve out. And yeah, I'd prefer not to have losses with units like we were seeing. This is all the way down to, we're at 26 out of 30, so that isn't so bad, but that is what's really bad, is at 30% organization level. So we're just, tired. The troops are tired. The supplies aren't here, whether it's the food or the ammo or whatever. So they're just not ready to attack that. Now, if they are attacking us, it's going to be a lot more in our favor, probably closer to a 1-to-1. So I don't know that it's, really in any major threat here. Now they may move up, I don't know, the mechanized Corps, which will probably lose 1 point there. Yeah, there's probably not much other than trying to shift back. So he's probably safe. But if we kept attacking, it's going to just become a complete shadow of itself. And here, well, if we still had, say, that 11th strength unit able to have an action point to be able to attack along with the mechanized corps, yeah, that might work. But again, we are really sort of losing the organization battle, as it were. Which we should be, because we've, massively pushed into the enemy. My God, we've massively pushed into the enemy. And again, at times I'm thinking, am I just cheating? Having Turkey and Yugoslavia in the war on Germany's side. My sort of cursory evaluation is that Yugoslavia wasn't a stable country, obviously. God, obviously it wasn't a stable country. It was only the treaty or subsequent treaties, sub-treaties, or whatever you want to call it, of Versailles that forms Yugoslavia and basically Greater Serbia. And although Italy is coveting the territory, Italy wants to, because it did grab up land from Austria, doesn't want to completely overturn the Treaty of Versailles, and it stands to lose things. Now, of course, Mussolini's pushing for this as time goes on into the 30s. That's different in the 20s, but yeah, it's it's Greater Serbia, with particularly Austria and Hungary both told, you're limited, on arms, on, borders and all this stuff. And, there's somewhat pariah nations in this area. And, Romania is also, big Romania because of the Treaty of Versailles again, or subsequent treaties or whatnot. And it doesn't want to see Yugoslavia fall. So it's an unstable nation. But and its instability to some degree is why there's a coup, why there's that they sign up to be, the anti-Comintern Pact, to basically be, to some degree, members of the Axis. But there's a lot of anti-Axis feeling more popularly. And so I'm speculating here. A lot of this is speculation, but it's not well-informed speculation compared to where other things I've looked into much deeper that I feel much more comfortable on. I think the idea of the coup is that it has to happen is not set in stone. Obviously it does happen. My God, obviously it happens. There's a coup. They sign on to the Axis under a certain amount of pressure, not just from Germany, but also sort of pressure from Italy. Now, Italy's pressure isn't so much to join the Axis. Italy's pressure is, hey, yeah, you got that really nice Dalmatian coast. We trust me, empires as they grow start, especially rapidly growing empires, going back to Alexander the Great, hey, we're sort of Macedonia, that's sort of the dominant power, basically have all the rest of Greece, and Greece to some point is this coast over here, but all of Greece is sort of under our power. Not that they're ruling it all as like the king, is that these are, even puppet states, in my understanding, would be overstating it in some cases, but they're definitely the hegemon power for Greece, under Philip II. But trust me, if he were to, completely try to eliminate Athens or Sparta at that time and, directly make it part of Macedonia, there would be rebellions on all over the place. It's sort of like, push too hard, they're going to push back very hard. And, whether you call them rebellions or break out new wars or whatnot, but it's Macedonia, with its phalanx troops beating hoplite troops, is the dominant power here, most assuredly. But then, boom, he's here and he's pushing and going. And then, he comes back here and he's getting ready to, push this way. It grows bigger. Well, yeah. The new Roman Empire under Mussolini could have easily done that. But they're more realistic is, yeah, you've got that nice Dalmatian coast here. Wouldn't it be nice if it was all Italian controlled or whatever? Okay, so you got that pressure, and then you got Mussolini sort of held somewhat to that standard, pushing support for the Croats against the Serbs. Sure, Croats may lose some territory to Mussolini, but they'll get their independent state and maybe grab up other territories. And so, yeah, there's back and forth. And I think some of this in here was, well, I don't know. Because the way the river comes down here, I think this has shown the sort of hard to do with hexes. It's sort of, there's a bit of an area that Hungary picks up, but there's a sliver going north here that stays Serbia, so yeah, there's a lot of pressures from Hungary, from Italy, and even from Bulgaria, which does end up annexing a bunch of this territory, that wants to carve up Yugoslavia, and it's sort of Germany is going to protect that. Meaning, you may get to be an independent Serbia, but you're losing between separatist movements and territorial grabs from Hungary, from Bulgaria, and Italy. You're going to lose Yugoslavia if you don't join the Axis. So obviously they lost Yugoslavia because there was an invasion. And then, of course, it's artificially recreated with slightly different borders, actually bigger borders, particularly in regards to Italy. Places down here, after World War II, under Tito, as somewhat of a puppet of Stalin, it was the most sort of, well, in the immediate post-World War situation, you do have Czechoslovakia and even maybe to a lesser degree Poland sort of kind of charting its own way, but then later you have, really good boot heels coming down onto their necks very hard, and for a while they're even sort of trying to keep like Kingdom of Bulgaria and Romania as a, very early on while the war is still going on, switching sides and hoping to create a sort of puppet Soviet monarchy. I don't know. That's just maybe unrealistic dreams of the people that are being invaded by the Soviets. Excuse me. Just drinking a Coke here. As the Soviets are pushing in there. But okay, I can definitely see a world in which Yugoslavia supports the Axis, and Yugoslavia, which has very limited domestic arms production, extremely limited. So they're mostly being supplied out of Germany for any new equipment. Fortunately, they're using things like Mauser rifles and whatnot, so it's not like going to be super hard to supply them. Supplying a few cores. I don't know if it would be quite this many cores of, Yugoslavia. That's these guys here, right? Is this right? Yeah, Yugo 8. Yeah, this blue. So yeah, extra troops here. That is somewhat realistic. Turkey, on the other hand, well, yeah, no, I would say Turkey would also come in if we did what we did. Got to Iraq. Turkey, while the British are still controlling in here and moderately well controlling out here. I mean, there's uprisings and whatnot. But so long as Britain looks reasonably in control here, and there's a Soviet Union sitting up here, Turkey's going to stay neutral. That's my evaluation. Anything else, I'm going as pure wishful thinking on either Germany's part or on modern day wargamers. Yeah, let's do political influence, blah, 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 get them in. That I would say is no. But if you have a German armored corps sitting in Baghdad and you've thrown the British out of, everything here that you see, not that maybe down in South Africa where this thing is, or out in the Pacific, but you've thrown the British out and you've got a German armored corps sitting out in Baghdad and whatnot, then yes, then I could see the Turks coming in. Then how well could you supply all this? And there was supply difficulties. It might be difficult, but so it isn't entirely sort of wishful thinking cheating, I think, with the push down here in the south. Now, this push in the south definitely has limited my push in other places because of all of the armored corps that have now. Several of them are here now, and this one I think has come up this way here, and these guys out here. So they've come up through this path instead of out through the Ukraine. So yeah, this isn't unrealistic cheating that we have in here. And yes, my understanding, Alvaro has an updated AI beyond what, because it's still an early version, because I didn't want to start over and start over and start over every time he's updating it, that I think is better taking into account some of these non-primary fronts. If you've been playing a more recent, against a more recent AI, updated one, I would love to hear what how you evaluate, particularly the Soviet AI, and protecting its flanks from any thrust like that. Well, I know we haven't let the Allies have their turn, but with all my talking, which I hope was interesting, you can always let me know if, and I know sometimes I do talk too much. It's a balance issue. How much talking, how much gameplay. If it was just gameplay, a bunch of you would lose interest. If it was just talking, another bunch of you would lose interest. So it's got to be that balance, and I want it to be that balance. So yeah, okay, but we got some interesting stuff done. We will continue this in future episodes. Thanks so much. See you next time.